All right guys, no playing around in today's video. We are gonna hit 80 plus miles an hour on my EM5 Valtinsu E-Moto.
Oh yeah, oh it cut out. It cut out. Uh-oh. Oh crap. No. Oh man, that's not good at all.
Now real quick, if you guys don't know anything about this bike, originally I got it for 650 bucks with $180 shipping, so it came out to about $830. My first upgrade was a Morg battery, 72 volt, 25 amp hour. After that, I added the Supermoto wheels that cost about 350 bucks. Back to the battery real quick. This thing is $750 to $800, but they range anywhere from $550 up to $1,000. The last thing we added on this bike was a Sotion kit. This is a $950 kit that comes with this controller right here, 72 1000, and then it comes with the Sotion FW22 motor. This thing is packing up to 450 amps, but the battery is limited to 250 amps. So that's what we're gonna push in today's video. And that's how it looks with the cover on. You don't have to modify the cover at all. The motor fits in there perfectly. Now this is how the other side of the bike looks. We added a 14 tooth up to the front. You can see all those motor wires right there. Now I put all my cables up at the top, but if you did want to, you can put all your cables down here. Just make sure they don't get caught by that chain. We upgraded the chain as well. This is an X chain from Amazon, and I added a 48 tooth rear sprocket. That should definitely give us 80 plus miles an hour. This motor is good for 10,000 RPM. And honestly, I don't even know if we're even gonna see that type of RPM with the gear ratio I have on here. Now, I want you guys to understand how small this actual bike is. I'm 5'9". When I sit on it, look how far the seat is away from me. And when I sit on it, I even have to kick the kickstand up because the suspension is pretty soft on this thing. It's actually softer than my RTR Lite. But anyways, look, this is how I sit on it. So think about going 80 miles an hour on this little thing. Oh. We almost fell over. Now, because you guys gave me shit for wearing shorts in the last video, I do have pants on this time. We're gonna be wearing this. All right, we're ready to go. Microphone's really close.
All right, here we go, guys. Get the bike turned on. Hell yeah, we're at 100%. I think we still need to fix the mile per hour on this thing and the battery gauge, but we're gonna be using the speed meter on my phone and we'll see how fast we go. All right, so I turned down eco mode. It actually feels way better. It almost feels like stock power right now. I think I turned down how top speed it went to because I was hitting like 45 miles an hour in eco mode and I felt like that was kind of ridiculous. I feel like 28, 30 in eco mode is cool, and then maybe 40 to 50 in sports mode, and then in race mode, balls to the wall, 80 plus miles an hour. Oh crap, we gotta go back. I just realized I didn't put the cover on this side. I am not trying to get my pants caught up in this chain while going that fast. There we go. Much better and safer. All right, here we go, guys. We're back out here in action. Eco mode, I think, is gonna pass 30 miles an hour. We're maxed out right now. Yeah, there we go. 30, 31, 32. Okay. I think where I want it, I want to turn it down just a little tiny bit, but that's a lot better. Now, this is the road I'm gonna try to hit 80 on. The battery isn't really warm. It's pretty cold out here. Really hot in the jacket, but let's get to it. Ease into it just a little bit. Don't know if the battery's gonna cut out or not because it has 250 amps continuous. All right, here we go, guys. Ease into it to about like 50 or so. Oh man, it is windy as hell. We're not gonna do it with this wind. The front wants to lift up. Oh yeah, oh, it cut out. It cut out. I think we reached our battery limitation right there. Oh yeah. It's not going anywhere right now. That's not good. Everything's shut off. Oh no. Oh no. There's no bike lane over here. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn it off and on or if I'm gonna have to walk it back home. Uh-oh. I sent an email to the company and I asked them about this and they never got back to me in time because I know the battery can do 10 seconds at 250 amps. So I put it to about 220, but it didn't like that at all. Let's see if we can disconnect this really quick and possibly reconnect it. Oh, thank God. Plugging it back in worked. Oh, I did not want to have to walk this all the way home, especially in this jacket. Now, because this thing does have Bluetooth and it's wireless, you don't have to get a dongle or anything like that. It will automatically connect after the first time you connect. So we're gonna go to Open Pro, and we're gonna change this right here to 200 amps. And I don't think we'll have that issue anymore. All right, let's exit. Let's go back to our speed meter. So far, we hit 71.48 miles an hour. We're almost there, guys. Just for shits and giggles, let's go into my Amp BMS V2, which works with the Amorg batteries, and it does this wirelessly as well. It should show all your Bluetooth devices. Sometimes it will pop up random stuff in your house. So just look for the Ant one. And it says we're at 85% battery, about 81 volts roughly. That sounds about right on the 25 amp hour battery. It's so cool that you can check that. So now we know we're gonna start this test at. I'm a little worried we might not reach those speeds just because it was so windy. I felt like the front was gonna lift up. It was pretty bad. Anyway, let's try it out again. See how we go. We'll ease into it a little bit. Try to keep my head down. Put a little bit weight forward because I'm a little iffy on it, lifting up. Come on. Here we go. Oh, come on, 70. 71. Come on. Come on. Come on. 72. Come on. Woo! 73. Oh, man. Whew, I tried, guys. I tried. Damn. Dang, man. Now, one guy left a comment, and he was saying that this motor likes RPM. You actually don't even need that gear ratio to hit that highest speed, and he might even be right. We need to probably go down to a 12 tooth in the front and see what that does, because, yeah, that wasn't great. I lost a little bit of torque going up to a 14 tooth, and I only picked up 1 mile an hour. Now it feels a little bit more windier than the other day when I did the test, but maybe we can find another spot. At least let's try to hit 75. I mean, come on, guys. Man, it is so quick to 65 though. At least 60 for sure. 68. Let's slow down because cars come out from both areas over here. Oh, it's still a fun bike at the end of the day though. And what I love about it is these Supermotos, I mean, you can fly doing 60 miles an hour in a turn, no issue at all. That's what I really love about it. I would not do these top speed runs with the dirt tires. Do not do them on the stock tires. They're not rated for these speeds. So if you ever want to go this fast, you do need the Supermotos. But you can always put this kit on without buying the tires. Just be careful on that top speed. All right, so I changed the setting in here. Let's see if that helps any, but dang, someone's getting it out there. Hell yeah, that's how you do it. If I had dirt tires, I'd go out there. Here we go. We don't have much road to go down, but let's see how fast we hit. Woo-wee! 66, right under 67. Now what's gonna happen is we're going down on battery little by little, so I think we're gonna try 1 or 2 more pulls, at least for top speed anyways. We're gonna try this one right here because it goes slightly downhill. I know that's kind of at my advantage and it's a little cheating, but I do wanna see more than like 71 or 72 miles an hour. We might run out of road. This road's shorter than I thought, especially when you're hauling ass. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna run out of road. All right, well, can't do it there. There's only one more street I know to do a pull. If we don't hit it, we failed, guys. We absolutely failed. Here we go, guys. Let's see if we're gonna do it. Comes uphill, then goes downhill. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. I can't blame the guy in front of me, man. We're hauling ass. It's not his fault. Damn, man, damn. No. No, I mean, we still built a badass machine, but I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I'm heartbroken. All right, so I know this is not gonna be the most torquiest e-bike compared to my 2TO Soleil that I went 72 volt and like 150 amps, but let me show you guys a 0 to 60, however fast we go. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Nice and smooth. I mean, still, you know, this is way better than an e-bike or anything else. I mean, this still has a lot of power, but real nice and smooth compared to something else. And there we go. Hauling ass in no time, man. Damn, that's a big ass car. And just in case you guys are curious to know, you're new to the channel, I'm 165 pounds right now. I just weighed myself the other day. And this jacket I have on right now is probably about a good 3 pounds as well. It is a thick leather jacket. And it actually should help with like aerodynamics and everything like that. But it ain't helping us today. We only gained 1 more mile an hour. Oh man, I guess we're gonna have to either, I don't know, go back to the drawing board with tuning. Maybe someone that knows tuning a little bit better than I do can figure it out. I can send them my settings and maybe they can point me in the right direction. I honestly think going down to a 12 tooth is actually gonna just be better, because if we're topping out at about 70-ish, I'd rather have a little tiny bit more torque than it like kind of lagging down below, but it still doesn't lag. I mean, lag here, I don't know how you would explain it to anything else. I mean, this is a fast ass damn bike at the end of the day. You know, it is no slouch by any means. I mean, if you have a stock 2T or anything that's fast, then no. This, even 0 to 20, I mean, will blow your mind how fast it is. But compared to my 2T that I built to 72 volt, yeah, this doesn't have the torque that that thing has. But I like the fact that it doesn't feel like it's gonna lift up at all, you know, that's what's nice. I'm yielding, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. What's up, brother? Should we fly past him? There's 2 lanes, we can fly past him. Catching up to the BMW. Whoa, yes! Oh man, it's so fun flying past cars. It's a totally different feeling, especially when you built something and you're just like having fun with it and whatnot, you know? Yeah, let's go this way. They just built this, they just finished this. Make sure no cats, no animals come out. Woo! Oh man. Oh my God, we're flying. We're flying. Jeez Louise, I'm slowing down. I am definitely slowing down. We have a lot of foxes in this area, people with cats, and you know, just anything can run out. There's a lot of loose dogs in this area too. I don't know how it happens. I think the way these gates are set up at these houses, they don't lock properly and people's dogs get out all the time. If you're from the area, you understand. Let's do one more speed run real quick. Here we go. I'm gonna hold it. I really wish we can get that 250 amps that this battery can do, but it didn't even like 220 or 225 that I turned it up to the first time. Got my hand on the brake just in case something happens. We're running out of battery, so yeah, 6.9, my favorite rapper, and 70. I'm holding it, guys, I'm holding it. Yeah, that's it, that's all we got. Now, on this type of setup, a lot of people are gonna say the QS8 plugs are only good for like 180 amps continuous or max, whatever, but realistically, put in the ChatGPT, ask around. I mean, yeah, QS10s I guess would be better, but everyone said that QS8s are perfectly fine for this type of power, and I haven't seen anything, but however, highly suggest don't hold your throttle for like a minute at a time with this amount of power, especially with QS8 plugs. I'm just saying, you don't want a lot of things heating up, wires, stuff like that. Use that power for like short bursts and everything like that, but oh, I love this thing though. I just love the look. They knocked it out of the park with the look on this bike, and looks like a lot of my chain grease is like coming off the oil onto the side of the tire, so that's a little alarming. Uh-oh. I think the bike turned off. I didn't even notice that. Did you guys notice that? Oh man. All right, let me get it real quick. When the hell did that happen, man? Well, at least we have all this stuff up here. I just don't like how my battery connector is so far down. All right. In the same spot too. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. No. Oh, man. That's not good at all. Please, baby, please. Oh, damn you. Damn you. Okay. Well, let's pull off to the side, I guess, somewhere a little bit better than this. And I guess we're gonna walk this bike back. All right, guys, well, that's it. We only got 10 miles out of this bike, 9.9, and our fastest top speed was 72.54. So again, I failed in today's video, and now I gotta do the walk of shame all the way home. So I did have a blast, but I think we just turned it up too much. Maybe the tune that I have on it is just too much for it. I have no idea, but we did stay on the throttle for a pretty long time, something I highly don't suggest you do, especially when you're maxing out your battery. So things like this can happen, especially modifying your electric bike. Same with cars and stuff like that. It's the same thing. I'm pretty sure all I gotta do is get the battery charger on it and we should be perfectly fine. Yeah, dang. Something tells me I should go on the sidewalk. Yes, that saved me. I totally forgot on an aftermarket battery. Some of these have closed BMS, reset BMS, force enabled charging just in case you have any issues, or you could factory reset the battery. I hit restore BMS. It says if you want to do it, hit OK. And I turn the bike back on. We're good to go, baby. So now I don't have to walk all the way. Oh, it's not wanting to move though. What the hell? That's weird. The motor's engaging and not engaging. Let's go into the far driver controller, see if we see anything. We're gonna reset controller data, hit save. Hear a little beep from it. Oh no, huh. Oh, let's turn it off real quick. Turn it back on. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, you can hear the motor engage and it starts to pull it, but it stops. Something's going on with it now. Have no idea. I reset everything on the controller. We're back to what it originally was, but still there is a problem somewhere. Starting to think something came disconnected, maybe the hall sensor or something like that, I don't know.